G'day everyone and welcome to Gatekeeper's coverage of the 2022 Australian Doubles Championship presented by Full Circle Discs and RPM Discs. I'm Josh Morrison. I'm joined here by Nick Halstead. Nick, how's it going?
Good. I'm very excited to watch this.
Awesome. I wonder why you're excited, Nick. We've got the second feature card here and we've got some familiar names on the card today, as we will see in just a second. We've got Team Full Circle being the presenting sponsor. We've got Team Full Circle featuring Leith Brody and some other person. Do you know who that might be?
Yeah, it is myself.
We got yourself. That'll be interesting. And then we've got the gun team from America.
Oh yeah.
Jennifer Allen and Drew Gibson. It's going to be awesome.
So we start on hole 2 here because it's a shotgun start. So it's 100 meters through the tight tunnel up onto this slope. No OB on this hole. Just try to funnel through.
And Nick, you got the first shot of the day. How are you feeling right now as you're stepping up to tee off with two legends of the game?
I was so nervous. I was incredibly nervous. I just wanted to hit the gap, throw a nice shot, not embarrass myself really.
That's the aim of the game. And you're going with the backhand here, trying to maybe flip something up through the middle there. Oh, you hit it perfectly.
Yeah, I as soon as I said that, I turned around and said to everyone, I'm done. I don't need to throw any more shots for the rest of the day.
That was a fantastic shot. A little bit left at the end, but gives you a putt still. And we got Leith here. Have you guys played much doubles together before?
Yeah, we're playing a lot more. Just he lives in New South Wales, so he's a bit further away from me. There's Drew with that straight mid-range, and oh man, they make it look incredibly easy.
Yeah, so he took a bit more of a left gap there and kind of just had a slight turn to it. And this is a great pairing to see with Jen Allen as well, one of the furthest female throwers that we've ever seen.
Absolutely.
And she also putts one down there. Is she going to get closer? I think she is, and she let Drew know when that shot happened.
Yeah. So I threw it about 10 meters away. Pretty good putt from Leith. And this is where I really started to feel the nerves.
First putt of the day. Can you keep pace? Oh, it's a confident stroke there, Nick. You said the nerves, you were feeling them, but they didn't show there. And these part of the Americans, they're not going to have to really putt at all. That's a great birdie to start the round.
Yeah. Hole 2 is definitely one of the harder ones, but it felt really good to get that birdie on.
Absolutely. We're moving on to hole 3 here. It's a par 3, pretty short one, 72 meters, 236 feet. Most players will throw a forehand typically if they have one that'll go on this left side, it skip up the hillside. You will see, I'm guessing, some turnover backhands though from Drew and Jen potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just kept the forehand too straight. Simple as that. Need to go a bit earlier. But Leith has got such a smooth forehand, I was not worried. And
he's got a lot of power from not much of a run up.
That's great there. That was inside circle 1.
A great shot. Oh, we're seeing potentially a rare forehand from Drew.
Yeah. That made me feel a bit better.
He's putting the pressure on Jen. I don't know how she feels about that, but she'll play this backhand line, which will be good to see how this goes.
So much snap, so much power. And that was a pretty nice angle. Oh, but just rolled away a bit.
That's the danger. As we'll see throughout the round, there's quite a few sloping greens on this course. Mm-hmm. So if you're not landing on the right angle, as Drew just chains out left, it'll easily roll away or get away from you. So, I love the pose there from Jen, but just leaves it short there.
So this is after Leith's drive. And there we go. And that he felt a lot better about that as well because we're both very... we like momentum when it comes to putting. As soon as we make one, I think we feel a bit better about it, that's for sure.
Both made some good putts. You've got a 1-stroke lead over Jen and Drew, so talk us through hole 3 here. What are we looking at? Yeah,
so, this is hole 4, but the third hole of the day. There's a few different lines. I'm going to go with the backhand line, which is sort of like a smooth hyzer. I was pretty with that, but I think it just kept it a bit too straight and hit. Oh, no. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was a pretty good shot. A little bit short, but that's probably... Yeah, as you see, there's lots of lines. Leith's going more for the down the middle route. Oh, look at that. It's just a little long.
Yeah, and that's with that downhill. It just goes so far.
Yeah.
I think Drew's also going with that right-hand lane with an overstable mid-range. And that's great. Yeah, that's why I like that line. If you can hit that gap, it slows down a lot. Whereas if you go with the straight down the gut one, which I think Jen may go, it can go really far, as we saw what happened with Leith.
Yeah, it's probably a bit more of a technical shot. But I did want to shout out Shannon Luke, who I played with in final round, and he aced this hole going down the middle. So that was pretty impressive to see.
Very impressive. That's a great putt.
Great birdie. Good one to get here. It's not a long hole. And if it can keep it clean down that right side, it's a pretty open shot. Birdie.
Yeah, and Leith and I discussed that I was happy for him to putt first. I really liked...
How are you feeling now? He's putted first, and do you have pressure now? Or
yeah, I quite like trying to... it gives me the pressure and the confidence to try to make the putt.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually don't mind it.
And the putting is looking good so far. 3 for 3 start. Going pretty well. And we're on to hole number 5, par 3. It's a beautiful looking hole. There's a couple of choices. Really, the most open shot is just straight down the middle and just throw it as straight as you can towards the basket. But you might see some people going the hyzer to the right side and then just beating that last tree and coming to the basket. You're going for the straight shot, and
yeah, just didn't throw it hard enough. Simple as that, and just went a bit early left. It's still got a putt though.
Yeah. It skips. It might be okay. A little short as well.
Yeah, a little short.
If you can get past that clumping of the trees and vegetation on the left, then you're looking like you're most likely inside circle 1, and Drew's gonna give it a scare.
Yeah, and that was great with his mid range. Yeah, this hole, you definitely want to get it. But that being said, if you end up in those bushes to the left or the right, it can be a tricky up and down.
Yeah, you're scrambling for your par then. But we got the groups are through cleanly, and look, this actually filtered from yours, I think. Oh, what about that?
That was good. I was nervous about that putt. I'm like, I've done a lot of putting so far. That took a weight off my shoulders for sure.
You're working well as a team here. You're kind of going back and forth, taking turns and making these big putts, which is looking like a really nice scorecard so far.
Yeah. And Leith had never played the course before, so
right.
Yeah, I think he only had one practice round, so this was really good for him to get a feel for what he needed to throw.
Yeah.
It's a great putt by Drew.
Yeah, why not just play your first competitive round when you're on a card with some touring professionals? Nothing like that to get the nerves going. Hole number 6 here, Nick.
Yeah, one of the longer holes on the course, and stepping up now into one of the harder ones. It's a lot of sloping right to left. You've got OB right behind the basket. Most people will go with the forehand. Some may potentially go with the backhand turnover. Yeah, I'm going a forehand with an overstable, straight to overstable 12 speed here. Trying to get some flex on it.
Got the flex. It might be a little wide.
Yeah, a little too wide. But I'm still pretty happy with that. I think I got good distance. But yeah, Leith's forehand is so smooth that...
and that's just beautiful. Flipping up just a little bit, and that, if we got the distance, that'll be right in the basket.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And yeah, watching Drew and Jen play this hole, they made it look so easy.
Effortless distance. It's turning a bit, and that...
should be good, but it definitely flirts. That backhand flirts a lot with that OB.
Got to be really careful with that speed control there, and also the angle as well. Have it turning enough.
And that looks amazing.
Yeah. Drew's just blocked the shot from seeing it
But
finish
he was walking away and he did the
thumbs
thumbs
up. So you know that it was a good shot.
So yeah, Leith's drive was really good. It just came up a bit short. So we've got maybe a 12-meter putt here to try to get another birdie. Keep the train rolling.
Good height. Oh, that was very close.
I was happy with that.
Not enough juice. A little bit left side. Yeah, great bid nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it stood nice and close, so it should be an easy but yeah, where Drew finished makes it an incredibly easy birdie.
Yeah, they missed the first hole, and so far clean since then, and gonna be all locked up here at 4 under. Okay, hole number 7 here. Pretty technical shot. It goes out towards these rocks and then is almost a 90-degree turn straight to the left. So the safe play is going dead straight and maybe hopefully filter a little bit left, but there's a high window which is tight to hit, which is going to get you closer to the basket.
Yeah, and Jen smashed that window, but because she throws it incredibly far, she went way too far. So Drew's going to try to do that again, but go something a bit shorter, I think.
Yeah, great angle here from the catch cam as well.
And that's what's so tricky about that letterbox. It's so easy to get caught.
Such a tight gap.
And so yeah, Leith and I talked about this, and I said, hey, I'm feeling pretty confident trying to hit that gap, so I reckon you just try to go straight for that rock, give us an easy par, and I'll try to shoot through the letterbox.
Yeah. Throwing that high-speed disc, and you've hit it, and it's...
Yeah, I was happy with that.
I mean, to get through. That's
I
great.
didn't really practice that because during tourney I was going with the safe play most times.
Yeah. Oh, just off from Drew. Wonder how Drew's feeling with the Australian wildlife and Australian heat here, Drew and Jen.
It's going to be a great birdie to get if they can get it.
Oh. It looked good. It looked good out of her hand. So you end up in a really nice spot here.
Yeah. Oh, and that was so close.
Sits down. Let's see. Can the putt remain hot here, Nick? Don't spoil it for us. Oh, low
yeah,
right
and
side.
I don't know if you can catch it, but I stepped up to my putt and Drew shouts out, "Oh, time to lay up, Nick." and I was like, "Oh, this pro is telling me what to do. I should probably do it." But no, it felt good to get that birdie because that's a really tough birdie.
That's fantastic. Great.
Hole 8, peninsula hole, one of the signature holes on the course. You really want to be landing right where the camera is now. Sort of aiming at that tree house, and then you've got this peninsula where there's OB all around the basket. Yeah, so try to throw it straight down that pipe, and hopefully you get a nice upshot. And yeah, I was happy with that. I just went with a smooth shot with one of my distance drivers, and it's going to give us hopefully a nice line. And then Leith just does it even better.
Done the same thing. And that pushes a little bit straighter, so that, depending on the wind there at the end, that may give you a bit of a closer approach shot to the basket. We'll see what Drew does here. He has the power to get way down there.
Yeah, and he's throwing an overstable mid-range. And when we got down there, I definitely let him know that I threw it further than him, even though I did throw a distance driver.
Yeah. And Jen here, this is looking really nice. That's pushing closer to the edge if that hooks up in time.
And that's fantastic. That was a great shot.
Just like flirting with that right side, but stabling up, and that's just going to be the simplest approach to the green
absolutely.
there.
Yeah, and so as you can see where Leith and I landed, it makes it pretty easy if you can just throw a nice smooth backhand into there, going with an overstable approach disc.
Nothing to worry about.
I put it close, so I said, Leith, you got to try to throw it in now. Thank you again to all the volunteers that we had. We had a lot from Queensland, which was amazing.
Yeah, they made our life out there very, very easy, and made the place look excellent as well.
Ooh, Jen throwing a forehand.
Yeah, there you go.
Trying to throw it in, maybe. Yeah, two pretty simple up shots.
Yeah.
And yeah, this whole for the open field is definitely one of the ones you want to birdie for sure.
Absolutely. You can get in a little bit of trouble if you turn it over too much. You're happy about that one?
Yeah, I was very happy about that one.
Yeah. All right, we're moving on to hole number 9. It's a par 3. You'll see people attacking it with a forehand or a turnover backhand. You just want to get over the tree or past the trees there. And not go in there, although it's gonna maybe just come back in time.
Yeah, just a little too much turn on it.
Yeah. On the left there is...
And that's the better
out of bounds.
correction.
Yeah.
Throwing it a bit more higher so they get it to skip up the hill.
That's safe.
Just down the bottom, probably in circle 2, but still we made it over, we've got a putt. And then, yeah, Drew just shows how it's done. Goes with that mid-range and throws a nice turnover.
Get up.
It's a little bit low, but it's gonna be up on the shelf there.
Yeah.
They're
I think
both-
after seeing the pros play this hole, I was like, oh man, probably want to throw a backhand now.
Yeah. Like it maybe opens up the gap a little bit more with the angle you can throw.
So Leith wasn't too happy with that that putt. So I'm going to try to correct the miss that he had.
Oh, had the height, so can't be too disappointed about that, but unlucky not to have that one drop for you.
Yeah, and would have kept our lead if we made that one. But no, I was happy with that putt.
Rare miss there. Maybe expected the wind to play a bit more of a factor. Oh, and they'll be a bit disappointed about that, I would think.
Yeah, definitely.
That was probably a putt they'd be hoping to make most of the time, and
Absolutely.
looks like you remain one shot ahead of them.
Ooh. And there's Jen with her patented turbo putt that she always likes to do. So I thought I would...
Patented scuba?
I thought I'd throw a scuba just to make it a bit more interesting. Hole 10, final hole, front 9. We have 133 metre par 3. Just where the drone is now is when your disc wants to start really pushing left and try to skip off this bank. It's definitely hard on one of the par 3s. I know for Leith and I, we really have to throw it quite hard to get it there.
Certainly a hole where the elite distance of these touring professionals is going to be on full display, because they can just put a pure hyzer out there and it's just going to go right to the basket. But that's like a good shot from you.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. I think I hit the line perfectly. I think it just needs 20 more feet. Whereas Leith there, it flipped up a bit too much.
A bit too straight, yeah.
So if we could combine, it would have been really good. And this is amazing to watch. Just hearing that snap and that pure power from Drew is something memorizing, really.
Yeah, straight hyzer, and
That's
you can
great.
see the flag there.
Yeah.
That's going to be quite close to the basket.
And even Jen, like, she crushes way far, and that got unlucky with that branch, but she throws it incredibly far. And yeah, this is a pretty good drive from us. Edge of circle, maybe. That was my worst part of the day.
Yeah.
Felt pretty good up until that, but that one wasn't the best one. And a much better commitment from Leith.
All over it, just everything but in.
Yeah.
You can see how close Drew got here. And
And makes the birdie.
corrects from the missed putt on the previous hole, and they'll tie things up with you here. Both,
Yeah.
in a tie for first, it looks like at this stage.
Yeah, we were really happy with how we were playing. We didn't expect to necessarily beat all these people, but just the fact that we were holding our own against 2 American professionals was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a close ball game here, or this game, should we say? But make sure you stay tuned for the back 9. We'll see how this pans out, and see if we can have some more nice shots from yourself and Lee. Catch you then.